Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl ezvacı, tahiret evladı, Resul-i Eshab-ı efendilerimizin, sayr enbiya ve Resul-i Kiram haziratın ervah şeriflerine, Pirimiz Bilal Habeş radıyallahu anh efendimizin, mihmandar Resul-i Kibriya, Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Belensar radıyallahu anh, Şah Mürşidan, Şah Hacı Muhammed Mahadin Nakşibendi el-Buhari, Mevlana Celaleddin er-Rumi, Mevlana Ziyaddin Halid el-Bağdadi, Sahib-ü Zaman, Kıblet-i İslam, Şeyh Sultan Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel-Elekkani, Sahib-ü Sevk Şeyh Abdülkerim el-Kıbrıs er-Rabbani, Kaddesallahu esrarum haziratın ervahı için, Hademül Harameyn-ü Şerifeyn Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebul Fetvel Maazi Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşen haziratına, ervahına ve avn-ı inayetine, alelhusus bu caminin baynisi ve bugün içerisinde gelmiş geçmiş imam, mezzin, kayyum ve cemaatinin ve kahve el imanın ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebi. Ya eyyühellezine amenu sallu aleyhi ve sellimu teslima. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nagfir ve şedu en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike lah. Ve şedu enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sahabi tabi'i hulefai raşidin ve hadim min ba'di. Ve İsrail'in mati alel tahkik ve semnihim alamati hulefai rasal alel tahkik. Umar el-Mu'minin, Hazreti Ebu Bakr ve Osman ve Ali ve ala bakr sahabe tabi'in ridvanu ta'ala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minul hazirun, itkullah ta'ala, innallah mellezine itkallezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin, Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, who says in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Isra, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, establish the salat at the going down of the sun until the dark of night, and the recital of the Quran at dawn. Truly, the recital of the Quran at dawn is ever witnessed. And some part of your night, awake for it, a nafila for you. It may be that your Lord will raise you to Maqam al-Mahmud and say, my Lord, let my entry be by the gate of truth and honor, and likewise my exit by the gate of truth and honor. And grant me from your presence Sultan al-Nasira and authority to help me. And say, Haqq has come and Batil has perished. Truly, Batil is ever bound to perish. And we reveal of the Quran that which is a healing and a mercy for the believers. but it does not increase the zalimeen except in loss. Sadaqallah al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Prophets, the Imam of the Messengers, the Master of the first and the last, the grandfather of Hassan and Hussein, the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called Rauf and Rahim, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam is saying, whoever sends salawats upon me on the day of Jummah or the night of Jummah, Allah will fulfill 100 of his needs and put an angel in charge of bringing the salawat to my turba, just like you present gifts to one another. Let us send a gift to our Holy Prophet ﷺ by saying, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin, Nabi al-Ummi, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. May peace and blessings be upon our Master Muhammad ﷺ and upon his noble family and upon his blessed companions. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered me to love 4 of my companions. He said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said to me, love them, Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman and Ali. May peace and blessings be upon Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the noble Khwajagan of this Naqshbandi way, the inheritors of the Prophet. May peace and blessings be upon the flag bearers of truth, the sultans of justice, the padishahs of mercy, the glorious Ottomans. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah disgrace those who hate them. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, welcome to you on this holy day, the last Jummah of Rajab, Shahrullah. We must thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again and again, thanking Him endlessly that we have been given the grant of knowing about these holy days and nights and trying to show respect to these holy days and nights. And we are taught this respect by our Shaykh. Any good and any blessings that we have, it is coming from him. May Allah raise his station. May Allah accept our Rajab and let it be to be blessed for us. And may He now let us to enter into the month of Shaban with His pleasure. Believers, don't be in ghaflat about the holy month of Shaban, the month of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Hazrat Usama radiallahu an, the son of Hazrat Zayd radiallahu an, one time asked the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Ya Rasulullah, I've seen you fasting in the month of Shaban so much that I've never seen you fasting in any other month. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, that month of Shaban is a month between Rajab and Ramazan which is neglected by many people. And it is a month in which an accounting of deeds is presented before the Lord of the universes. So I wish that my deeds may be presented while I am in a state of fasting. O believers, it will be a shame for us if we show respect to Allah's month and we show respect to the Ummah's month, but we neglect the month of Habibullah alayhi salatu wasalam. Imam Zayn al-Abidin radiallahu anh is saying, the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to observe fast during the whole month of Shaban. Therefore, whosoever out of love of the Holy Prophet wishes to seek nearness to Allah and receive bounties, favors and rewards in this world and in the hereafter must connect Shaban with Ramazan in the matter of fasting and special prayers. Inshallah, we will try to show respect to this month out of love for the Holy Prophet and his inheritors. The Sultan of the Saints, Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adillah Haqqani Qadasallahu Sir is saying, say La ilaha illallah, Sayyidina Muhammadan Rasulullah. Today is Shaban al-Muazzam. May it be Mubarak. This month is a month Shaitan's desires will be finished. What is the knowledge of a person who is not aware of himself? What is the knowledge of a person who is not aware of himself? What is the value of the paper he holds in his hands? It is no value. Who created you looks from his arsh. Who created you looks to see who are there that love the ones he, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, loves. Love who Allah loves, and don't love whom Allah doesn't love. This is our principle. Love who loves you and don't love who doesn't love you. This is a tongue twister among the people, but really it comes from above. Love who created you. Glorify Him. Don't love who doesn't love you, who can't appreciate you. Don't love him. Throw him away. He has become the filth of dunya. Say Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Today is Sha'ban al-Mu'azzam. It is the holy month which carries the name of Allah's beloved, alayhi salatu wasalam, for whose honor the whole of creation is created. Our hope is that there will descend a manifestation which will stop all the movements of shaitan that corrupt this world. All who carry dirty attributes will be swept away, and all who have a clean character will stay. They don't stay for the love of dunya. They want to stay to make sajda to their Lord. They want to stay for service. Their staying is upon request. This is what they want. Sultan al-Awliya's advice is the advice of 124,000 prophets. Love those whom Allah loves, and leave those whom Allah leaves. The new month that is coming is the month of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Understand that everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created and is continuing to create is for that Prophet. Our master Hazrat Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anh said, Jibreel alayhi salam came to Rasulullah alayhi wasallam and said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I have not created anyone who is more honored to me than you. I have created the world and everything in it so that they may know the station that you possess. I would not have created the world if I had not created you. So our being in existence is because of that Holy Prophet ﷺ. How can we understand this in a way that is not so spiritual or so book learning and academic? How do we fulfill that reason of existence in our daily lives? From our waking to our sleeping. The friends of Allah, they are showing the way. Sahib al-Saif is saying, if you love Holy Prophet, then you find safety. Safety is to love the ones that Allah loves and to leave the ones that Allah leaves. If you are loving the ones that Allah loves, and you are also running to love those ones who are leaving Allah and His Prophet, then something is wrong with you. Something is wrong somewhere. Because it is not something small, it's very big. Very big, because all secrets are to know how to love and who to love. All the worship and everything that we are doing, you can do it until Judgment Day. What is it? Where does it fit? Do we think that anyone here, including me, what we are worshipping and what we are doing is fitting to our Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? To say, Ya Rabbi, we are presenting this worship to you, does it fit? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, Kalimullah, Nabi al-Mursal, one of the big prophets that was given a book. Allah is teaching a lesson to people by speaking to His Prophet, saying to him, what have you done for me, Ya Musa? He said, I worship. He said, no, that is for you. In the Judgment Day, you are going to find that. He said, I fast. That is also for you. I did Hajj. That is also for you. I give charity, zakat. That is also for you. What did you do for me? He said, Ya Rabbi, I don't know what to do for you. He said, love the ones that I love and leave the ones that I leave. Love the ones that I love and hate the ones that I hate. If anybody has any love to the cursed one who was kicked away from the divine presence, then they are in big trouble. All worship that you are doing, then is sinking, going into the hole. It is obligation for a man to love Allah. It is farz for a man to love Allah. And it is wajib for a man to love his Prophet ﷺ. Intelligent man takes that saying, it is obligation to me. If you want to bring all deeds, all actions and everything to Allah, then you have to reach through the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It is easy for a man to claim, I love Allah. How do you love Allah? How do we love Allah? How do we know Allah? By word? Or did you put a description to Allah? Did you put a body to Allah to say Allah looks like this and I love him? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending his Prophet ﷺ to us to show us who to love, saying, love that one. He is appearing in front of you. Learn to love that one, and that love will bring you to me. His love will bring you to me. Understand the value of these words, because they are real words. These are not representing concepts or philosophy or empty spiritual words. These are words that if you follow them, they can change your life. The example of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam is a real example. That is a real conversation between him and his Lord. And even that Ulul Azam prophet, he's saying in the end, Ya Rabbi, I don't know what to do for you. Understand as well that Hazrat Musa alayhi salam is representing intelligence, aql. So what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaching him? Come to the divine presence with two things. By gaining and holding on to the love of Allah's beloved ones. And by leaving, by getting rid of those ones that Allah does not love. This is the Jihad al-Akbar. This is the way of tasawwuf. As Shaykh Effendi is saying, you cannot just sit in a room and say, I love you, Holy Prophet, and consider that proof of your love. That is not enough. Claiming is not enough. Love requires a proof. And the proof of love is to live for the beloved. The great scholar Qadi Iyad, who wrote the Shifa, who describes the majesty of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he said, a lover prefers his beloved over all other things and persons. If this is not the case, the love is not sincere. It is therefore necessary for those who claim to love the Prophet that they follow him in his words and actions, carry out his commandments, give up everything that he has disliked, and follow his sunnah in good times and in bad times. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, say to them, Ya Muhammad, if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will then love you and forgive your sins. Allah is most forgiving, merciful. Sadaqallah al-Azim. As Shaykh Effendi said, it is an obligation to love the Holy Prophet. And Qadi Iyad is giving the standard to check whether or not we're fulfilling that obligation. Are we following the words, the actions, the commandments, the sunnah of the Holy Prophet in good times and bad times, when it's easy and when it's hard? Or are we just saying, I love you, and not changing anything about our lives? That kind of love is fake. And it is insincere. That kind of love is like what Imam al-Busri Qadasullah Sir is mentioning in Qasidat al-Burda, saying, Astaghfirullah from all my words that are not accompanied by actions. These kinds of claims are like a barren woman claiming to have children. We have examples of those who live for the Holy Prophet in front of us. Not just in battles and in wars, but day by day, who were with him. The ones who were with him in Mecca, who were with him when they were banned from the city and starving, who migrated to Medina with him, who established the empire of Islam with him, who conquered Mecca with him, the ones who cooked for him, who carried his shoes, who built the masjid with him, who sat in his sohbat, who changed their lives and gave up everything to be with him. The ones that saw their parents killed, who lay on the burning sands while the boulders were placed on their chests, who were beaten daily, who were tortured and killed, but they kept their promise to him. Those are the Sahaba Kiram. And we are trying to follow their way. We want to transform empty words into lives filled with actions that are reflections of the reality inside our hearts. And the Naqshbandi Sheikhs are teaching that way. Sahib al-Saif is saying, the Sahaba Kiram came accepting the Prophet ﷺ, and they started loving the Prophet. That love moved them. It dragged them to do what Prophet ﷺ was doing, and they were running to do what Prophet ﷺ was saying. They showed so many signs that they were loving the Prophet. They immigrated. They left Mecca, everyone with one word of the Prophet. They left. They immigrated to Medina. They left everything. So many people left their parents. So many parents left their children. So many left their belongings. They had everything. They left them behind and they went with the Prophet with nothing. That love moved them. If we are not moving, then something is wrong with our love. Something is not letting us to move. Love moves the mountains. If we are not reaching somewhere, if we are not moving, then there is something wrong in ourselves. Don't look around. Something is wrong in ourselves. We must correct that. The Sahaba Kiram, they moved mountains. Uhud shook under the feet of Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar and Hazrat Osman when they stood with the Prophet so much that the Prophet had to say to the mountain, "Be still, O Uhud," because there is a Prophet, a Siddiq, and 2 Shahids upon you. Our Ottoman grandfathers moved mountains. And they moved ships over mountains. The Shuhada of Chanakkala, their faith shook the world and it shook empires. Sahib al-Saif's love, it shook this world. It moved this world and is continuing to move this world. We have been invited to walk on their way. Everything is made easy for us. We will be ashamed if we don't follow them on Judgment Day. Shaykh Effendi is saying, we love our Shaykh. You must hold on tightly. You cannot love the one who doesn't love Shaykh Maulana. If you are loving him, then you have no place in your heart. You must not have any place in your heart for those who are talking against him, who are saying words against him. What kind of love are you claiming to have when on the one side you are saying, I love Shaykh Maulana and I will die for him, and on the other side you are associating with the ones who are against him? Is that love? As Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu is saying, I love you more than anything else, Ya Rasulullah, including my life. Your love must be like that. Our love must be like that to our Shaykh. If it is not like that, then check yourself, because somewhere, somehow, Shaitan is going to fool you. He is going to fool you. We must look and check ourselves every single day, saying, how much love do I have? How much more am I reaching to? These holy days and nights are the time for us to check ourselves. How much are we running to make our lifestyle fit to be in the lifestyle of our Shaykh? How much are we making our Shaykh, his mission, his Jamaat, his work, his passion to be the focus of our lives? Or are we just being stingy and saying, I'm living my life and I'll fit my Shaykh and my Prophet and my Allah in when I can. It's okay, I love them. It is not okay. That kind of love will not move anything. Definitely, it cannot move mountains. That kind of love will never change the world. That kind of love, it will cause us to burn with the fire of regret in the grave and in Akhirat. May Allah save us from that. The great night of Laylatul Barat is coming soon. That is the night that the pen may change how it is writing. Change your life. Change your attitude. Change your heart so that the pen may write association with the beloved ones of Allah for you. How many people were in the sohbat of the awliya last year but are now in the sohbat of their own shaitans? May Allah save us from that and not let us to be arrogant to think that we are safe from that. Sahib al-Saif is teaching us. If we listen and put it in our lives, we will win. He is saying, even the small deeds that we are doing here, inshallah, will be counted, and the big sins that we're making, inshallah, will be erased off before we reach to the other side, because we're living the last days of this world. And in these last days, the majority of people in almost every government is teaching people the wrong things. It's forcing people to do the wrong things. The parents of children are trying to teach the children wrong things. Because of that, the little that you are doing, it becomes very valuable. Because of that, you must keep it. You must not let shaitan to fool you. Every day now are holy days and holy nights, but there are special nights. We passed the Mi'raj. And another holy night is waiting for us. Inshallah, Laylatul Barat is coming soon. We're intending again to be here. And inshallah, this time we're intending, as Holy Prophet is saying, try to sacrifice that night only for Allah. Try to worship more that night. Now you know. You have more than 2 weeks to prepare yourselves for that night. Try to prepare. If you do, then you will win. If you don't, then one day you may say, why didn't I do? Because every holy night and day is coming with their own blessings. Even if you reached all the other nights of Barat before, this time it's coming with something new. So inshallah, this is what we must prepare for. That way we will always take the heavenly orders high and we will run after our Akhirat. Then the world will start running after us. Inshallah Rahman. Ya Rabbi, forgive us for the wrong things that we are doing. Keep us in the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Keep us with those whom you love. Keep us with those whom you said for us to love, and give us understanding to know the ones you don't love, and we will turn our faces away from them. Ameen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah lazim. La ilaha illallah. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبحان قدوس سبحان قدوس إن دين إن الله الإسلام.